back in Connecticut with this brand new microphone. I went to Guitar Center because I was like, I need a little bit of an upgrade. Planned on buying like a little USB mic that was sort of an upgrade. Ended up walking out of there with this new audio converter as well as a super expensive microphone. Forgot was a mic stand. I didn't put a video up last week. I screwed up, but it was a crazy few days. I had Mother's Day, I had my brother's graduation, and most notably I had the Doug Stanhope show. It was one of the craziest nights of my comedy career, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But first, I want to show you what happened in the 7 days leading up to it.
Throwing beer into the audience right now before I bring up our next comic. Who's thirsty? She's thirsty. Hey, lady. If you are sitting in the back, I can't see you. I can't see you waving your arms. Pink shirt, I got you right here. Hey. Nicholas, very excited to bring this dude up. This guy's actually opening for Doug Stanhope at the San Jose Improv on May 8th. Get your tickets if it's not already sold out. He's also a finalist in the Rooster Teeth Feathers comedy competition. Give it up for Joe Begley!
What's up, guys? How you doing? All right. I fucking love Santa Cruz, man. I've been teaching surf lessons here for over a decade. I haven't, but I look like I have.
So the only way I can make myself feel comfortable at a big show like this is just to do a lot of stand-up leading up to it. And that's what I did. That was the Blue Lagoon. And then I sort of took the weekend to chill out a little bit. And then on Sunday, I started going after it.
Moved out to the Bay Area recently, and he's been killing it all over the place. So please, start clapping around. Come on, start clapping around. Come on, keep it going. For Joe Begley!
I'm in Sunnyvale or some shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to make it super loud for Joe Begley!
That's not my name.
All right. Joe Begley, close enough. Fuck. Here we go. Oh shit! That is a cheat. That was my fault. That's all right. That's all right. What's up? How you guys doing?
So 3 sets on Sunday night, then 3 sets on Monday night.
Started. This next comic's really good, but we're gonna do a little warm-up clap before he gets up. So let's do this to get the stuff going. Hell yeah! All right, guys, let's break out into crazy applause. Joe Begley. Woo!
Show of the night was actually my own show. I run a comedy competition at this bar called Lily Max. You should come check it out. We've got an awesome show on June 3rd, but I get a little overwhelmed when I run shit. I'm like running around saying, you're up next, you're up next. I was late to my own show on this one, so they had to start without me. It's mania, but I didn't record anything. My boy Austin Blaylock won. Congratulations, Austin. On to Woodhams.
For Joe Begley!
Hey yo!
All right, what's going on? Woodhams! Woodhams, is anybody watching comedy right now? I am! All right.
But this wall is...
At 6 shows in 2 days, and both of those were like 1 a.m. nights, going to bed at like 2:30, doing comedy during the week. It's exhausting, but when you have something big coming up, you got to be ready. And then on top of that, on Tuesdays, snuck down to Half Moon Bay, got a set in there as well.
Your act came out of nowhere for me. I loved it. Like, I thought you were going to talk about lobster fishing or something. Yeah? How's the water? Is it a good season? Eat a lemon. It prevents scurvy. It's okay. Like, it's all good.
So the next day was the Stanhope show. And if we're being honest, I don't think it could have gone any better. It was incredible. But I didn't want to drive him crazy, like taking videos in the green room and shit and like trying to record myself on stage. Like I just didn't do any of that. I focused on the show and that was it. So there's not any videos of me on stage. There's only like a photo of me on stage and a photo of me and Doug, and that's all I got. But I have a bunch of stuff surrounding it. Today is the Doug Stanhope show. I am so nervous that I'm just walking around outside because I'm like too nervous to just sit in my apartment today. I just can't. I can't. I don't know. This is crazy. I don't know. Just when I started comedy, I wanted to do big things with it. I always did. Always. But like Doug is one of my favorite comedians of all time, and I'm working with him in a few hours. And I am freaking out. The thing about stand-up for me is I mostly do it in dive bars and coffee shops and places where like, you know, it's conducive to comedy, but not everybody there like wants it. You know, not everybody wants to see it. So you got to learn to adapt. You got to learn to make it work. And if material works at a dive bar where people didn't come out to laugh and have a good time, then it's going to work at a comedy club where people came out to laugh and have a good time, if it's good material. And I think it is. So we'll see what happens. Wish me luck. So here we go. I'm here in the green room. It's about showtime. Got the Shaqs on in the back. The Celtics are already out. It's crazy. Can't believe it. Here's the thing. When I walked in and Doug invited me to do this, he invited me to do just a spot. And he didn't specify, like, are you doing a guest spot? Am I opening? So my impression is when I get there, there's probably going to be another comic on the show, maybe a host, maybe a feature. I don't really know what my position in the lineup is going to be. I show up and I'm like, Doug, where's everybody else? And he's like, what do you mean? It's just me and you. I'm like, oh shit. So I did 20 minutes, the 20 best minutes I can rally up. And then I bring up one of my favorite comics of all time, Doug Stanhope. He mentioned me right off the bat. He's like, Joe Begley, funny kid. And then in the back, we were sitting back there, and the general manager of the club called me into his office in the green room while we were just hanging out. And I walk into his office, and he's like, do you want to come back? I was like, what? He goes, yeah, do you want to come back and do some more work with the club? Do you want to open for more people? And I was like, yes. He's like, all right, it's on. It's all yours. So we're going to hit you up very soon with dates, and we'll make it happen. So it's looking like I'm coming back to the Improv for more work. So that's what I mean by the night could have gone better. If Doug liked me and the club liked me, then I am ecstatic. I signed autographs outside of the club. It was crazy. I could not believe it. So I'm so stoked about this. Again, sorry it took me forever to put this video up, but I've just been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. It's been crazy, but I'm psyched. Best night of my career so far.